So this is Jurassic James from the field or my backyard. Um, a few weeks ago, my friend Lisa, who was in quarantine, she constructed this puzzle and then framed it for me, and it was a gift. And I was like, "Thanks, Lisa." But I'll point out too, it's not just really cool because it's cool, but also it's actually science. So first of all, you're seeing the Jurassic period, Jurassic Cretaceous period. The names derive from the Triassic meaning three, so there's a early, middle, late Jurassic period. The Jura Mountains are actually from it's a part of the Alps, and Cretaceous means chalk creta. So if you think of the White Cliffs of Dover, they're chalk cliffs. Also, if you live in Texas, the Austin chalk kind of thing. But you're not only seeing the different time periods and different dinosaurs found in them, they actually go from this side to side. These are either older things and younger things. And what I'm saying is the Prestasuchus and Arizonosaurus are Rasuchians. They are like crocodile cousins. The most famous member of that group are is Prestasuchus from Walking with Dinosaurs. Herrerasaurus is one of the first dinosaurs, and the idea is that as we go forward, we're going to more higher in the rock record animals. Plateosaurus is actually a prosauropod from Europe. I think it's from Germany and I want to say Greenland. And the long necks are called sauropod morph, meaning lizard foot form. But if they're the really big ones, are called sauropods. If they're these guys who can walk on two and four legs, they're called prosauropods. And the name prosauropod means they play in the sauropod NFL. But no, I'm kidding. They're actually from they have to be early sauropods. So they're late Triassic, early Jurassic, whereas these guys are like Jurassic to Cretaceous period. Anyway, Shonisaurus is a ichthyosaur, so it's a very large one. So people think of them as Jurassic, but they actually were that early on. And Coelophysis here, one of the first true dinosaurs in North America, is not as tall as a man. So that's kind of different, but they're really well known at Ghost Ranch in New Mexico. But in the Jurassic period, we have, again, older to younger. Mesospondylus is another kind of prosauropod. Megalosaurus is the first dinosaur named. It was named before we knew what dinosaurs were. So the name meant big, like mega big saurus lizard, because they knew jawbone is a huge animal. But moving forward, the exception of Archaeopteryx, the first bird, and Compsognathus, the copies in Jurassic Park, were both found in Germany. The rest of the animals in Jurassic are from the Morrison Formation. So here's why this is so important to me. I'm Jurassic James. I love the Jurassic period because this particular site. So we think about the Apatosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Apodicus, and Camarasaurus. The giants are there. Stegosaurus, Allosaurus too. So it's that time frame and that rock layer. So imagine, for example, late Jurassic, 145 million years ago, Colorado, Dakota, Wyoming. That's the Morrison Formation. So it's a really important time. It's actually dug there. It's kind of cool. But what I want to point out is that out of the sauropods, even though Brachiosaurus is my all-time favorite, I have to point out Camarasaurus because one, actually dug one up. That was fun. But two, it's the most underrated sauropod of this time because it's the most common sauropod of the time. So imagine, the Diplodocus has a very niche feeding method. It'll strip certain leaves or, picking at certain leaves. Brachiosaurus is more chomping and everything else, What is Apatosaurus known for? Being not Brontosaurus. But Camarasaurus is not really known that well. So it's really cool because it was abundant sauropod, but no one knows it. I only have 3 toys of this animal. It's very, very underappreciated. So that's why I like this. This shows you kind of a scale to them all, their size range, and they're all sharing the same ecology. That's what the Jurassic's known as the Age of Giants. But leads to the Cretaceous period, you have, again, oldest to youngest. So Iguanodon, another favorite dinosaur of mine. If you ever see me wave, I always do the Iguanodon wave. They walk on 3 fingers. They have a pinky for grabbing leaves and a thumb spike for opening beers. I'm kidding. For fighting predators possibly, or interspecies. Deinonychus here is there'll be a video on him coming out pretty soon. It's our American raptor, Velociraptor from Mongolia. Spinosaurus and Suchomimus are two African spinosaurs. The fun thing about Suchomimus, this group, is that they're predatory dinosaurs, they're theropods, but they're not in the Coelurosaur group of raptors and rexes, and they're not in the Allosaurus group with Allosaurus and Acryptosaurus. So their own little branch. We're actually closer to Megalosaurus in some arguments. Next we have a Pteranodon and Pterosaurs. I have some up here too in the Triassic. I didn't skip them, but the idea is that Pterosaurs evolved in Triassic and they're there to the very end of the Cretaceous period. Titanosaurus, of course, made famous for the museum up north. Sauropod. Titanosaur is actually a macronarian sauropod, which is similar to the Brachiosaurus lineage, that grouping of animals. Parasaurolophus is everyone's favorite hadrosaur. This guy didn't actually was right in the Campanian, but the Maastrichtian, particularly the Hill Creek, has Triceratops, Ankylosaurus, and T-Rex living together. And again, so you're seeing that there. Now, the only complaint I would have, not complaint, the only advice I would have for making more of these, for the companies who do this, is that I would suggest leaving Jurassic where it is and switching these two. It should be Cretaceous, Jurassic, Jurassic. We tend to read like this, and they're going earlier to younger, earlier to younger. I get that, but for geologists and paleontologists, we look at it, for the oldest rock. So we say the early Jurassic. That's really the lower Jurassic. The rocks are lower. So how do I know that? Because I was digging in South Dakota for Camarasaurus bones and others, and there was Jurassic rock, the late Jurassic rock, and there was Cretaceous rock like next to us on this hill. Like we were digging here, and there was a Cretaceous Jurassic like that. And if you go further down, there was mid-Jurassic rock where I put the belemnites. So like that's my only complaint, that they would do it that way. Other than that, great thing. But again, I'm still saying thank you, because my friend Lisa didn't have to buy this for me. This is also like, what do you buy paleontologists? Like, yeah. So, really cool gift. Thanks, Lisa.